Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and we're going to review the Sculpt Ergonomic Mouse from Microsoft. This is their latest, and it's been around for a while, their latest ergonomic mouse. And one thing I really like about Microsoft is their hardware when it comes to a mouse for a computer. Now this is a pretty expensive mouse. Well, at least it started expensive. It's pretty reasonable now. It started around $60. It's now about $35. It's wireless USB, has 4-way scrolling, and comes in this really nice package, little piece on the top here, and it tells you all about it, but I'll show you that in just a moment. So we'll open it up, and inside we have the mouse. Now I've been using it for about a week or so, and I've tried all different use cases for it, but it's a very large mouse, and I'll show you that in a moment. But inside the box we've got the mouse, and then you've got a little bit of paperwork and your warranty information. Now the mouse itself is very large, and it's really nicely laid out. It's got a tilt to the right for right-handed, so if you're left-handed this just won't work for you, unfortunately, unless you use a right-handed mouse. So you can see it's got a tilt to the right. Now my hands are very large, and I'll show you some comparisons in a moment, but it's got a couple buttons here. We've got a Windows button, and this mouse is designed to work with Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, and Windows RT on any of the Surface tablets. So this is a really decent mouse. It does not work properly with Macs as far as button assignment, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. But the mouse itself, you can see, is rather large, rounded, and very comfortable to use. On the bottom, what they've done is they've employed the BlueTrack technology like they have for years, and you pop this bottom piece off. It's held on magnetically, just clips in place, and it stays in place no problem. It has two batteries, two AA batteries, and then right here we have a USB dongle. Now unfortunately it's not Bluetooth, so you do have to use this in order to use the mouse, and they do provide this little slot for you to keep it, but it's unfortunate that you have to do that. So what you do is plug that into any USB port, flip it on, and we've got a blue LED. And then we'll just place this back on and we can use it. Now these batteries, like I said, I've only been using it for about a week. We do have a green status light that will go red when they go bad. But Microsoft mouse that uses this sort of technology generally goes about 6 months or more. My personal use case, using one at work every day, really they seem to go that long, and maybe even longer sometimes, 10 months, 12 months. So I didn't have time to run this down, but they really do last a long time. It's very smooth on a tabletop, and let me show you a comparison. I have a Microsoft versus Mac mouse here. This is your Magic Mouse. Now listen to this. The Microsoft mouse is very smooth on this smooth surface, while the Magic Mouse from Apple is not. So we'll set that aside. And to give you a quick size comparison, here I have an older Microsoft mouse. This is actually the Microsoft Wireless Laser Mouse 8000. This was a pretty high-end mouse when it came out, and you can see the size comparison height-wise. It's fairly tall here for your hand to rest on, and it's really quite bulbous, I guess, almost in its size. It's fairly short and stocky, so you can rest your whole hand and wrap around it. Now when you're using this mouse, you have your normal left and right click. You also have your scroll wheel. This has a click and it has a tilt left to right, just like all Microsoft mouse do. And then on the side here we have a home button or Windows button and this button. It can be assigned, either one can be assigned in the software on Windows, and this is back home. Now like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't work properly with a Mac, and what I mean by that is Microsoft doesn't offer software for it, which is unfortunate since I like to use it on my Mac and switch between different things. But what I mean is it doesn't work as far as assigning these buttons. They don't really do anything on a Mac, so you may want to take that into consideration. Everything else works great. You've got the buttons and the scroll. That works fine on a Mac, but without the software, you just can't assign these buttons. Otherwise, on any Windows computer, it works really well. And I've had some examples as far as gaming. Now, if I put my hand on here, you'll see it rests comfortably. I've got plenty of room for my thumb. I can just tilt it and hit that button, tap the button on the top here, hit the mouse wheel, rotate it. Really nice, and the scrolling is really nice and smooth. Because of the smooth bottom and the accuracy of the BlueTrack mouse, it's really very accurate. So I've tried a couple things with it. I've actually edited videos with it, I've played SimCity with it, and I've also played Call of Duty with it, Modern Warfare 2, I believe. It's very accurate. I have no problems there. And it isn't Bluetooth, like I said. It's this proprietary USB wireless technology that they're using, and it works really well. Now, it's not going to be as accurate as, say, a Razer mouse, for example, but overall, I think most people that buy an ergonomic mouse are more using it for day-to-day activities. And you can see how my wrist rests here with it on the side. It's very comfortable. Your arm does drag a bit right here on your palm, so it does drag on the ground a little bit or on the tabletop, so you will have to get used to that a little bit. But overall, using this throughout the day, it's just really comfortable to use. I never have any wrist strain or anything. It did have a little bit of a learning curve as far as the way it felt, but once I got used to it, it's been really nice to use. So very comfortable, really nice, and I really highly recommend it if you're looking for a nice big ergonomic mouse. Now, if you have small hands, it's obviously going to be a problem. So this is quite a bit bigger than a portable mouse, for example. It's the Sculpt Ergonomic Mouse from Microsoft. Be sure to check them out. And like I said, I got this pretty inexpensively, about $35 at Best Buy. So be sure to check them out. They've come down about half the price they used to be, and I'll leave a link to them in the description below. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.